What's up, guys? Thanks for checking out the channel, watching the video. Today we are going to look at a countertop distiller. This is used to distill liquids via a countertop plug-in unit. Now, you can distill water or other liquids if you need it. Who knows that I actually needed this, but I do use a lot of distilled water. I have a CPAP machine. I use my Navage, which is like a neti pop, religiously. So I do go through a lot of distilled water, and I always forget to order, and I'll end up running out and not having it when I need it and have to go to Walmart and get it, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, so this would be a great thing to have, and it doesn't like a liter at a time. So, I mean, it's perfect amount. Anyway, this is made by Vevor. I saw it on TikTok, and I don't tend to order things on TikTok a lot because it used to take forever to get the stuff. So I would just look at TikTok and then just go to Amazon and order it because they have a great return policy for most things. But anyway, I looked at on Amazon. Sure enough, they had it on Amazon, but it was like $60, $59. Went back to TikTok, looked at theirs. It was $49, and it had a coupon. So I ended up getting it on TikTok for $44, I think. And guess what? 2-day shipping. So I was like, I'm going to test them. I'm going to put them to the test to see if I can get it in 2 days. And guess what? It did. It came within 2 days. So TikTok, you got a point for that. So anyway, we're going to do the unboxing of this. We're going to do the initial setup to see how it works. We're going to just give it a try and see what it's like. Is it worth $44 for you to have distilled water at your fingertip? If you have these, if you have one of these at home, let me know how you like it, if you like it. I am going to talk about some pitfalls that I saw online that are no-no-nos that you're not supposed to do. So we'll talk about that. But anyway, this is going to be my review of the Vevor Home Distiller. So here we go, guys. Let's unbox this big boy that we got from TikTok shops and see what it's all about. All right, guys, let's go ahead and first thing, open this. We want to unbox it and see what it looks like. It came just like that with the Vevor name on the outside. There's the information, the distilled water machine, yada, yada, yada. It's got your model number, YMK40101, etc., etc., etc. Nothing too fancy about the outside. It did have a piece of weird paper stuck to the side. Whatever. Anyway, the TikTok shop did send it today. In 2 day, not 2 day, but it did have 2-day shipping, which kudos on that. So I'm going to open it up and see what we get. First thing off the bat, we have a piece of foam with a little metal thing. I think that's where it pours, I believe is what that is. Okay, this is your citric acid cleaning. Does it say it on there? No, it doesn't, but it is kind of gross looking on the top, but it's citric acid, so it's kind of, gets rid of the dirt. You can also order this on Amazon separately. What else is in here that I need to look at? All right. Let's do it this way. Let's be safe. It's not packaged really great, but anyway. There's the top part, a piece of foam. The base. A cord. Oh, charcoal filters. Instructions. And foam. Nothing else. Nothing new in there. Save all your packaging just in case for a day or two, for a little bit. Set that down. Okay. Let's unwrap this. That's kind of a cool idea. Urge to pop it, but I won't. Just in case. Okay. The water jug. This is the, oh, I thought that came out. that in here. I did think that came out, but I don't guess it does. I'll read it and see. Anyway, that's where you pour your tap water. And this goes in here. Okay, so it heats it. It's got coils in the inside of that. Cool beans. No. Oh, this is where you put your charcoal bags. Oh, it's already got something in there. So anyway. So that's what it looks like. It's not huge. And that sits there, and that's where it drips into. Okay. Reset switch. It's got a light. So I'm going to read the directions, hook it up, plug it up, and we're going to run a cycle and see what this is all about, kids. You know, I'm liking this. It saves me from having to lug those big bottles around from the Walmart and me forgetting to buy them and running out of distilled water. So I'm going to read the directions. We're going to plug it up and let it run a cycle and see what we get. So let's let it go. Okay, kids. So the first thing it said to do was to soak this little charcoal filter for 5 minutes, which we have done. We soaked it in just tap water because it didn't say anything different or special. So we're going to take that out. So when you get this thing, this little drip thing part is actually attached right here. This little swivelly thing right here. So it lifts up and down. So all you're going to do is lift it and shove that back inside the hole. Just like that. So that's where that sits, right? So we're going to, I guess, kind of flip it. The directions are not very clear on it of exactly how this works, but so we're going to open that back up. I mean, actually, we want to insert this thing before we do that. So put your charcoal back inside. I guess kind of make it so it drips through it. No, I don't know. So if you can see right here, that's what swivels, this little thing. So we're going to push that back inside and push that till it locks. All right. So we're ready to go with the top part. So now we have our base. We've plugged in our wall part. So you have two plugs here. This plugs into the top. This plugs into the wall. So we have our base here. We got to run a cleaning cycle on this big boy. So the first thing we're saying, it says to put in 1 liter of water. So we're going to put in 1 liter of tap water. Now this thing does have an emergency shutoff. So if it ever runs dry, it'll automatically cut itself off. But I did see reviews online that said don't let it do that. Because when it does that, this metal gets too hot and it can cause fractures of the metal. And there's a lot of pictures online of this thing fracturing. They say, oh, it's a piece of junk, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can't let it get that hot because this will cause that to do that. So you want to cut it off before it reaches that point. So into that, we're going to put that 1 liter of water and 2 tablespoons of our citric acid. Let me just comment, it was a beast to get this little bottle open. A beast. But I finally got it open. Okay. Those are just packed in there. That is, what in the world? Okay, hold on. Okay. That is hard as a rock, y'all. That's probably why it was so hard to get into. Gonna have to get a knife. 20 minutes later. So this was hard as a rock. I had to take a knife and chip at it like ice. I'm still going to have to work on it because it's still really chunky. I'm going to have to put it in another thing. I don't know how many out here. See, we want 2 tablespoons-ish. So that's 1. Still, it's really still hard. So probably do this without slicing my hand open. Just be warned. You may want to order a jar of this along with it from the Amazon. Okay, it's going to be 2 tablespoons. Put a little bit more because this Okay, there we go. I am actually going to grab something and stir that to see if I can get that to dissolve a little bit better. All right. Now we want to run this for 20 minutes, it says. So we're going to put our lid on. Okay. So the lid has a rubber gasket that fits on the outside. Let's just kind of turn. We want to turn it around so we can see. Because we want to turn it to this side. Oh, we want the drippy thing. Where's the drippy thing? Well, you'll be able to see. So anyway, we're going to take this and plug into this right here. So we got the base plugged in. We got the top plugged in. We're going to turn it around from here to here. Get all of this out of the way. Now we're going to put our jug here, and we're going to put our, that goes on here to catch the water, because the little hole is like right, if you can see it. Let me see if I can show you. Let me show you really quick. If you see the right here, this is the little spout. So we want this little spout to go right under that. So there we go. So we're going to come back around to this side. We're going to push the start button. And there it goes. We're going to let it run for 20 minutes. All right, guys. It has ran for 20 minutes. It has cleaned. And we're going to take this little booger. That's kind of hard to do, but anyway. This is our citric acid water. I guess we just lift this off. Again, directions are not real clear on this. It's hot still. You're not gonna smell it. Okay, I'm gonna unplug everything. And so what I'm gonna do is let it cool 100% because it's still hot. Let it cool 100%. Wash everything off, rinse everything off, wash this out. Then we're gonna run a full cycle. We're gonna fill it up, run a full cycle, and I think we should dispose of our first batch, and then we'll be ready to roll, and we'll be distilling our own water. All right, guys, it's running the first real cycle right now. We ran the cleaning cycle with citric acid in it. We're running a full cycle. Now we're actually going to dispose of this cycle though. We don't want to drink this one according to the directions. See if you can hear the motor. It's a purr. It's a healthy little purr. You can definitely hear it, but it runs for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours to fill up the bottle. Do it when nobody's home. I don't know if I would leave it sitting here with no unattended for 3 hours, but I would let it run in the background. So anyway, we're almost done. We're getting really full. I used this as a guide, and I filled it up to about right there. So I know when I get to about right here, I'm gonna just turn it off because we don't want to let it run dry completely and cut itself off because they said that's a no. That's what I saw online. Don't let it run out and use the auto shut off. Turn it off before it gets to that because that can cause damage to the stainless steel lining. So we're almost there, kids. Let's do that. And we will drain it again and then run a full cycle and we will be ready to try it. All right, 3.5 hours later, that's what I get. It's about 1 liter of water, distilled water. So bottom line, is it worth it? It's really easy to use once you get it set up and do the initial citric acid cleaning. Cleaning, I don't think is going to be a big problem. Don't use a wire brush. Don't use a metal scrubber to clean the inside. Follow the directions on cleaning with the citric acid. You are going to have to order more citric acid. It's about, you can get it for like $6 for a bag of it. It only takes like 2 tablespoons to clean. So is it worth it? I go through a lot of distilled water. Distilled water is like $2 a gallon. It's going to take a long time to pay for itself. but it does save you from having to get distilled water because Aldi doesn't carry distilled water, and that's where we go buy our groceries. This is 90% of it at Aldi. So I like having this feature is that I can just do it myself at home. I'll always have it. I'll never run out. So it does take up quite a bit of counter space. It's like 11 by 11 by 18, so it's kind of big. I'm not going to keep it on the counter. If you have a storeroom, it would work great in the storeroom. So I paid a total of about $47, $48 on TikTok shops. On Amazon, I think it was $58, so $10 cheaper on TikTok. I like it. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I think it's pretty cool. I I'm gonna give it a medium thumbs. If you need it and you think it would be useful for you, then yes. But I don't know what to say. I don't know if it's truly worth it or not. It's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than opening a bottle and pouring it out, but it does save you having to buy a bunch of plastic bottles full of distilled water, and you have this one bottle that's reusable. So there you go. Well, that was weird. The end of the video just cut off. It's gone. I don't know what happened to it. So I'll record the end. I was done talking anyway. So if you like it, buy it. If you think you'd use it, buy it. That's my honest review. Is like I'm going to use it, so that's my review. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put those down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us. If you have a question or comment, put it down below or send me an email. Email is right here. Thanks for watching, guys. Be safe out there, but above all, be nice to each other.